Good morning.
Children, come on down for our story this morning. So, this morning's story takes place in Transylvania, which is where our partner church is. Not spooky Transylvania. This is across the ocean in Romania. And we have partner churches in Romania and Transylvania that we keep in touch with, and we're friends with them. In fact, these picture frames on the wall, this beautiful lace, is from our partner church in Transylvania. And it is in a town, I'm going to say it for y'all. It is called Szepsikorszpatak, is the name of the town where our church is at. It's not Spanish, it is Hungarian. And it's kind of a mouthful. I have to practice it before I say it. But it's important to say it the right way. It's important to me and it's important to them. So this is a story about a village in Transylvania, and we could imagine that is actually in Szepsikorszpatak. And the pictures you're going to see are actually of our partner church in Romania. So many years ago in Transylvania, there was a small village, and the people in the village were of the Unitarian religion, and they wanted a church of their own. So all the people labored hard and long to build themselves a church. The stonemasons cut great blocks of stones. The glaziers made sparkling glass windows. And the foresters sawed tall beech trees into great beams and trusses for the ceiling. And they covered the roof with wooden shingles. The carpenters carved a pair of wide opening doors, and a bell was brought from a faraway city and hoisted to the top of a tower. That is what it looked like, yep. And the weavers wove fine cloths, like the ones we saw over here, for the altar. And the smiths hammered black iron into tall lampstands and hammered thin bronze into shining oil lamps. And at the end of the day, when it was finished, when their church was finally done, all the people of the village stood back to admire it, and then to sing a song of happiness and praise. Their village had a church now, a church set on the hillside, looking down upon the village as a mother looks down upon her sleeping child. And after a long day of hard work, everyone went home to have supper. They would then come back to pray afterwards. All except one little girl named Zora and her father, who stayed behind. They had brought their supper with them. And they ate their food sitting on the grass on the hillside and admiring their new church. And when they were done, they went back inside, opening those carved wooden doors to go into their glorious sanctuary. And they beamed with pride and marveled at their magnificent church. But Father, Zora said suddenly, we have not finished. Well, what do you mean? So there are tall iron lampstands along the walls, but there are no lamps. The church will be dark when the people come back. Ah, no, little one, said her father. The light of the church comes from its people. You shall see. And he rang the bell and took her outside. The sun had set and night was coming soon. Yet in the growing darkness, tiny points of light came from many directions and moved up the hill. Each family is entrusted with a lamp. Each family lights their own way here. The many lights moved closer together, growing brighter and larger all the time. And Zora's mother arrived, bearing a burning oil lamp in her hands. And Father lifted Zora so that she could set their family's lamp high on the tall iron stand. And all around the church, other families were doing the same. And soon the church was ablaze with points of light from people all over the village. And when service was over, Father lifted her high again, and she took down the shining bronze lamp. Her mother carried the lamp home with the flame lighting the way. and the flame lit their home. Zora got ready for bed by the light of the flame. "Mother," Zora began. "Yes, little one." "Father said the light of the church comes from its people." "Yes. But also, the people take their light from the church, and we have that light every day." "Yes, indeed," said her mother. "And even when we are not in church, even when the lamp is not lit, we carry the light of truth in our minds and the flame of love in our hearts. And that light, the light from truth and love, will never go out." And with that, our story ends, and I will have Sophie help me this morning carry the flame. From generation to generation, we light this flame of religious freedom, and now we'll follow Sophie out as we sing "Go Now in Peace."